Hello everybody and welcome back to Atelier Meruru. Off screen I worked Meruru's skinny little butt off and I did a lot of things for our development quests. I have everything ready to go to Hart Outpost. I've made my magic stones, I've made my kingdom flags, and I've made my saloons. You can also see that Final Fantasy finished downloading, so that's wonderful. I've also made the wood that I need in order to create the bridge. I think it's the Western Swamp. I created 5 of them. And we also have a bunch of other quests I didn't quite mention. We have to make some more roads, so we're going to do some more fighting at Conifer Forest and the Eastern Passage. We have the mine quest to hunt the ghost box, which is a boss type enemy, so we're probably going to save that for a little bit later. You get a whopping 40 points for it, which is just absolutely nuts. And then we still have this this unicorn to defeat. So we do have quite a few things to do. My alchemy is also at level 15. I think it was at 12 when I stopped the video, so I gained quite a few levels. And I also learned a bunch of new recipes at level 12. Or level 15, sorry. I learned how to make bomb ice, witch salves, migraine syrup, maester tarts, pure oil, alchemy coal, sweet gems. What else did I make? Tar liquid, and sylph breath, as well as a runestone. So I just figured I'd go over a couple of new things, and with that all said and done, I am pretty much ready to set out. You might have seen in the beginning I put in a little cutscene where Totori informed us that she can now join. Because she's another alchemist, you may want to bring her along because she can use items and she can throw items and things like that. So we're gonna keep Lias for a little bit longer. However, we will come back and get Totori at a later date, just because I'm really happy with where the party is at right now. And now that I've said all that, let's head out to the world map. And we get to see a couple of changes here. We're developing a couple of new roads. There's Hart Outpost, so we need to get over there. The training school construction has been completed. Friends not in battle earn half of the experience, and experience earned in battle is slightly increased. So that's awesome. And we also built our library. You will gain a cost bonus on synthesized items. Population has increased by 500 people. Alright, so we have a variety of things that we can do. First priority is going to go to the swamp and build the bridge that we need to build. Yeah, bam! There it is! Okay, I gathered a whole bunch. Huh? What are you doing here, Hannah? Oh, hey May! What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm stocking up. So much stuff is in season right now, so I need to gather lots and sell lots. See? Look how much I got. That is a lot. How big is that basket anyway? It's at least twice as big as mine. And it's packed to the gills. Maybe, but I'm not done yet. Seriously, this stuff sells out in no time. I have 3 more baskets with me, and I can't go home until they're all overflowing. 3 more? Can you really carry them all by yourself? Of course! These are my most precious products. I can't entrust them to anyone else. But that basket, it's bigger than you are. Just carrying one looks hard enough. Well, there's a trick to it, sure. When you do this long enough, you pick up a few nifty techniques. I mean, I've been gathering way longer than you, right? So naturally, I have a lot more experience. Wow, you're amazing. I never really thought about how you restock all your products. I had no idea it was so much work. I need to stop taking it for granted when I buy stuff from you. Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. It's no big deal. I just do it because I like to. Well, anyway, I need to get back to work. Take it easy, May. She managed to haul off that huge basket, but it's not like she's super strong. How does she do it? Alright, so you may or may not run into Hannah on the world map like I did, and the reason I kept that specific cutscene in is because if you run into her, you'll get a conversation about her baskets, and you'll eventually be able to upgrade your basket. Hannah will give you a recipe for it, so I just figured I would keep that in. And there's also going to be some new enemies in this area, but you can see it's very small. There's only one goat to fight. There's a gathering point way out in the middle of the water, so until you develop this area, it's going to be very, very small. So I recommend doing this as soon as you can. He only wants 5 pieces of wood, C quality. This is a very, very easy quest to finish, and you get 20 points for it. And with your efforts, he is able to build a bridge. So now you can go ahead and collect some items from the area. There's also more goats to hunt, if you want to hunt some goats. Goat horns are useful for a couple of different recipes, and you also get some nice experience from it, so definitely not a bad place to train if you're falling a little bit behind. And once you build the bridge, you will see that we now have a shortcut to Arl's mine, which is fantastic because if we didn't have that shortcut, we would have to go all the way around, and it does take 12 days to get there. So instead of 12 days, we shorten it by about 4 days, which, you know, still takes a bit of time, but is not nearly as bad. Our next stop is going to be at Harmony Creek. I haven't talked much about this specific request, but if you take a look at the Harmony Creek quest, this is to confront the unicorn, and they say to be at level 20. Now, I think that 20 is shooting a little bit high. If you bring in items and you are prepared, then this battle is absolutely no problem. I would say you can fight this at the level that I am at now, even with regular items, especially if you have Mimi as a party member. Bring in a few bombs and a couple of healing items, and once you're ready, you can go ahead and get into a battle with the unicorn. So the unicorn can heal. It's also pretty darn powerful. It can hit you for a lot of damage, but really overall not a hard battle. You only get 71 experience for it. There's only one of them. And at this point in the game, you have been fighting some pretty tough enemies. So if you've been saving that, thinking that it's really, really difficult and that you can't do it, then I wouldn't worry. As long as you come in with a good strategy, a good team, and some good items, you should be fine. Bombs will work like a charm on that unicorn. So that's 20 easy points for us, added to our development points. We now have 55, and that's one more task out of the way as well. And now that that's done, we can start to develop more roads in order to get to Hart Outpost. So we're back in Conifer Forest. We were here before. I fought a couple of the no-horns, I think, these horse creatures. I was collecting a few things, and I was hunting some creatures for task, I think. So we've been here, but this time you do want to clear out all the enemies, because you'll need to clear out the road. It's also a good place to grab some fertilizer if you've been finding that you need fertilizer for your synthesis recipes and you haven't been able to find it. Because there's only one other harvest spot for fertilizer at this point in the game, from what I remember. And it's going to be extremely useful later on. And luckily, at this point in the game, these enemies are pretty weak, so they won't put up much of a fight. So take care of these guys, and we've now developed another path. And we've got our 10 points for it. I'm not too sure what it is I want to grab from this area. I definitely want to grab some Ish. I'm trying to replace all of my really cruddy quality Ish that I have right now. So I'm going to do a little bit of gathering on the way as well. So we're going to a new area now, which is going to be the Eastern Passage. However, the enemies are not new, so that's kind of a nice thing to see. We really shouldn't have too much difficulty. So if you need any more of the materials you see, feel free to grab it on your way. It's a lot easier to do everything on one screen than it is to continuously travel on the map, because that eats up a lot of your time going to and from places. Even if they're very close, it takes at least a day to get in between really close places. So what do I want to do here? I also made some nectars, which will revive a party member. I might have a hard time using them though, just because I don't see dying as a problem in my near future. But I've gone ahead and made a couple of new things. I was just about to use the slough to show you how it worked, and then I realized that no, I can't do that. I need that for a quest. What am I doing? So it's a good thing I was paying attention, or that would have been really bad. I would have been really mad if I did that, because then I would have to go all the way back, and I would have to make one more, when I already have all the stuff I need right now to make one trip. Alright, so I got one more enemy to defeat. Oh, never mind, I defeated them all. Okay, well that was easy. There's not really any sort of great materials in here though. I'm gonna grab these little red things. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm gonna grab this stone because I'm gonna use it to make some ingots and some bombs, because it's a key ingredient. And once you develop the Eastern Passage, we get two new paths. We can either go to the dry wasteland, or we can go straight to Hart Outpost, our next new storyline location. This place looks a little desolate.
Whoa! It's so open! Monsters could attack from anywhere out here. Oh, there's an abandoned building. That might be a good place to begin. Okay, time to start exploring.
Alright, awesome. When you get to this area, it's pretty empty. It gets a lot bigger later on though, which is awesome. There's going to be some new stuff to collect. My basket's getting really full though, and it has 100% new enemies. We run into our first bird enemies, our first flying enemies. And at this point in the game, I would say that these enemies certainly are not out of your league, but in big groups, they can certainly be a threat, especially if you haven't been focused too much on fighting and you've been focusing a lot on alchemy. It's really important to balance the two. But when I got here my first time playing in the game, I had a heck of a time. So I'm gonna get rid of a few things. I'll get rid of this pie because it's black quality, which can't be good. These guys are annoying. You try to hit them with your staff, and usually they disappear. A lot of ghost enemies do that. Spectres are pretty tough as well. They're probably the toughest enemy in this area right now. They're a bit of a pain, but they give you lots of experience, which I'm definitely a fan of. I'm almost at level 20 now. And what do I want to get rid of? Let's get rid of my other pie, because I can just make another one. So let's deliver our stuff to the soldier here. Outpost development is moving forward steadily. If you need anything, just let me know. Alright, so we've got our 3 sloughs for him. So check. We've got our 3 kingdom flags, which I made, by the way, with crimson dye, cloth, and water, I think, to kind of glue it all together. And I had to make 2 of these, but that's okay. I got it done, so I'm not too concerned about it. And now that that's done, they've managed to start building a bit more onto the outpost. They have a nice start. This place looks amazing once it's done, though. Just like with Handle Forest, we're going to have to leave the area and come back to see any sort of major development. We're going to have to do that, and we have a few other things to take care of, so we're certainly not going to be running out of things to do. So let's just leave Hart Outpost for now. And we will need to come back in a couple days' time. And then you also get another new path. A couple of them, actually. So we are really developing here at a really rapid pace. We've got lots of choice on where we want to go on the world map. We've made tons of roads, tons of shortcuts, and we're just going to keep on going. So I'm going to go back to Arles now. I'm going to prepare myself to go to the mine. We'll probably do that next video. I might synthesize a couple of things. And until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.